doing okay. I might ask you a simple problems here in the exams as well. So I might ask you some simple problems from this class. So this can be the case for your final exams or CI2. Okay, I might ask you some simplest problems because since your exam is MCQ based, you can do these kind of problems. These are known as Maxwell's relations. And sorry, these guys are known as Maxwell's relations from this small differentials. And here also we did it by this thermodynamic square. Okay. So there is something called chemical potential, which we learned in our statistical mechanics. So when you add one particle to the system, the energy of the particle is increased by mu. This is known as the chemical potential. And the updated Maxwell's relations, if you add chemical potential into the system, are you just have to add mu dn into all the four potentials. Just have to add mu dn in all the four potentials, this relation. So if you got df equal to minus s dt minus p dv, you just have to add plus mu dn. This is not the part of your syllabus, but this is generally the part of competitive exam syllabus. Okay, this is generally the part of competitive exam syllabus. So there they use this chemical potentials as well, and you are not studying this part in any of your future courses till your third year. We are not studying this part. So I thought, let me just give you a hint here. So this is how you do it when you this is the chemical potential, and if you want to write these thermodynamic potentials having natural variables s, v, and n, because in statistical mechanics, what we do in statistical mechanics, we consider ensembles. In those ensembles, either nvt is constant or nve is constant or mu vt is constant. Okay, so either of these things are possible. So n can also be considered as natural variables for many of the ensembles, for almost both the ensembles. Just grand canonical ensemble is not there. Otherwise, you can consider n as an constant or a natural variable for these potentials. So for the system which we are analyzing using canonical ensemble, you can also consider n as a natural variable. And eventually, to just include chemical potential into these formulas, you just have to add mu dn in all four formulas. This is the updated differential. This is actually updated differentials, but for your syllabus, this part till this part is okay because you are not learning about chemical potential right now. Okay, so till this part is okay for your syllabus. Okay, so it is TDS minus PDV. You can add mu dn in the end. If this permits in your syllabus, we'll do it. Otherwise, this is your Maxwell relation. Now, how to solve problems using Maxwell's relation? So any thermodynamic potential you have, write it in terms of particular variables or natural variables. They are called particular variables or natural variables or characteristic variables. They can be any variables. You just have to see for the problem कि आपको problem कौन सा solve करना है. उनके corresponding आप वो variables choose कर सकते हो. Just like u can be function of x and y, you can write du as this. This is writing down thermodynamic potential in terms of particular variables. So those particular variables can be s and v, p and t, or t and s, anything. You can have a function of x and y, and you can represent that function of x and y like this. Okay, that is what matters. अब वो x and y कौन से लेने हैं, that depends on each and every individual problem, just as we will solve some problems right now. So these are the steps to solve the problem. First is write this in terms of convenient variables, then use Maxwell's relation to transform these partial differentials. You start with into a more convenient one. So यहाँ पे del u by del x है. Suppose it was del u by del p. Then you can use some of the Maxwell relation between del p by del s and suppose del s by del t. Suppose, I don't know, I don't remember this Maxwell's relation, but you can use these relations to transform del p into the denominator into del s or something else. So transform these differentials in terms of more convenient variables. So transform these differentials in terms of more convenient variables using Maxwell's relations. Then invert Maxwell's relations if necessary using this reciprocal theorem. Then use this reciprocity theorem. In our case, all these functions were same, f, f, f. But if del x by del y is taken at constant z, del y by del z is taken at constant x, del z by del x is taken at constant y, this is equal to -1. This is known as reciprocity theorem in your mathematics. You have studied this in your mathematics. Okay, so if you know basic partial differential, you know this reciprocity theorem. Okay, so you can use this reciprocity theorem if needed. Identify any heat capacities if needed. So heat capacity can be either CDT or so heat capacity can be at constant volume or constant pressure. You can identify any both of these if needed. Identify any generalized susceptibility. What do we mean by susceptibility? How much volume changes of the system when we applied any generalized force, so any temperature or pressure if we apply, अगर हम system को कुछ pressure देते, so it compresses. So that compressibility of the system is known as generalized susceptibility. Or if we heat up any system, it expands. So that expansivity of the system is known as generalized susceptibility. So as temperature increases, how much volume increases is given by expansivity. Expansivity, you have studied these parts in your in this course only, but in your previous module, मतलब जो सर ने पढ़ाया था उसमें था. So expansivity, you can have isobaric expansivity, you can have adiabatic expansivity, beta P and beta S, and you have in case of compression as well, you have isothermal compression and adiabatic compression. You can have all of these guys. You have studied these formulas. अब आपके पास del V by del P at constant T के लिए कुछ ना कुछ और formula है using Maxwell's relation, so you can eventually put it there, or eventually you can get some results. So this is kappa compressibility and beta expansivity. You have studied this part, I know this. And if you have any doubts, okay, let's go to the last. Okay, this is the first problem. So till this point, I covered it really fast. I know this. I just covered it in 2 minutes. I know that you might not have got 80% of the content here, but if I want to know if you have any doubts in this, it will solve one problem. But if you have any doubts in this part specifically, this part, heat capacity or generalized susceptibility, if you have any doubts in this section, can kindly ask. If you have any doubts in these sections. How many of you don't know what a heat capacity is? I am not looking at you guys, so you can raise your hand. I don't know who you are. How many of you don't know what is a heat capacity of a system? Okay, one. Thank you. Can anybody define for them who raised their hand and who are not raising their hand as well? What is a heat capacity? Can anybody who knows heat capacity can define?
Amount of heat required to raise the temperature by 1 degree.
Yes.
Celsius?
Yes, definitely. This is the definition. Amount of heat required to raise the temperature of any substance of any amount by 1 degree. So this is how we define heat capacity. So heat capacity is generally defined as amount of heat required. So del Q upon del T. This is how we define heat capacity. Okay. And we have another expression for Q as well. We have dQ equal to TdS. There is another expression as well of dQ, and this is heat capacity C, del Q by del T. So you can write CV, heat capacity at constant volume, as heat capacity at constant volume as T times del S by del T. In place of Q, I am writing TdS. So you can take T out, and here it is del S. So del S by del T at constant volume either, or you can have at heat capacity at constant pressure, where in place of Q, I wrote T delta S, and you can take T out because temperature is anyhow temperature you are keeping constant. Oh, sorry, temperature you are not keeping constant, but for the processes, this dQ equal to TdS is generally relevant at a particular temperature. Okay, so this is relevant at a particular temperature only. So at constant pressure, you can take the temperature out and del S by del T at constant P. These are two different heat capacities. Okay, I had to think about this, why we took temperature out. I don't know it for sure. I have to think about it for a moment. I am not telling it to you right now why we took this temperature out, but this is how we write it. But I have to think about it. This is not the correct explanation that I gave you. I'll think about it and will tell you after your CI2. But this is how you can write heat capacity. Okay, and this is the part of your syllabus. So initially in your syllabus, initial 4 lectures, you have studied something like this. So if you have not studied this part, it is your responsibility to let me know, just as your CI2 ends, to tell me that these are the parts we are confused with. Okay, so you can make a group of students, and in your group you can decide some topics of the previous part that I have not taught, and you can tell me that these are the parts we are feeling very difficulty. We are feeling difficult. So I may, if time permits, I'll take those parts as well. I'll teach those parts as well if time permits. Okay, so you can tell me there is no need to be scared of thermodynamics, because thermodynamics is the subject everybody was scared of. I know this because I was scared of the subject once upon a time. But now, as I understand this subject, this is the most, not this is the most beautiful subject, but this is the most easiest subject. It does not have those peculiarities, complexities like that. It's easiest subject. You can easily think about these things here. So you have no right to be afraid of this subject. If you do not understand something, kindly convey it to me. I will teach it if time permits after CI2. Okay. And if time will not permit, anyways, I will teach it. I will teach it. If I will just take more time, I will take 2 hours lectures, but I will teach it. Just convey it to me if you have any doubts. Okay, just form a group, just not send me individual doubts, because you can discuss in the group of 5-6 people, and then eventually collective doubts you can send me. Okay, so that is what the idea is. Okay, what is a susceptibility? I want to explain it to you guys. What is a susceptibility? What is an expansivity? This is what, let's talk about expansivity. What is an expansivity? So if you raise temperature by 1 degree centigrade, if you change temperature by 1 degree centigrade or 1 Kelvin, what is the change in volume is known as expansivity. Okay, what is the change in volume? So this change in volume is definitely dependent upon the initial volume and the change in temperature. It is dependent on both of these things. So there is this coefficient of expansivity. This is known as coefficient. Okay, how do I think about it? Okay, let's talk about linear expansivity. Delta L equal to alpha L delta T. This is the formula you have studied in your 11th standard. Okay, so if you have a rod of length L, okay, if you heat it up, if you change its temperature by, suppose, let's say 100 Kelvin, you change its temperature by 100 Kelvin, its length will increase by amount delta L. Okay, so this is delta T. This amount is delta L. Now, if you increase this delta T even further, if you increase it by 200 Kelvin, इसका लेंथ और बढ़ेगा कि कम होगा? Okay. Let me explain to you what is expansivity and what do we mean by compressibility. These two are the basic concepts that we need to think about. So we have studied linear expansion in our 11th and 12th standard. उसी के बारे में मैं बात कर रहा हूँ. If you have a rod, इसका इनिशियल लेंथ L है, वो एक टेम्परेचर T1 पे है, वहां से आप इसको टेम्परेचर T2 पे ले गए जो ज्यादा है, मतलब इसको आप, इसका टेम्परेचर बढ़ाया आपने, तो इट विल एक्सपांड लीनियरली. हमने देखा है अपने आसपास जो रेलवे ट्रैक होते हैं वगैरह, उन सबको एक्सपांड होते देखा है. ठीक है, वी आर स्टडीइंग दिस थिंग फ्रॉम आवर चाइल्डहुड. तो जो एक्सपांसिविटी है, जो ये एक्सपांशन है, लेंथ का एक्सपांशन डेल्टा एल, वो किन किन फैक्टर्स पे डिपेंड करता है? वो किसी का भी रॉड हो, कोई भी मटेरियल का, ठीक है, वो एक्सपांशन डिपेंड करेगा फर्स्ट तो ये चेंज इन टेम्परेचर, क्योंकि अगर चेंज इन टेम्परेचर ज्यादा होगा तो एक्सपांशन ज्यादा होगा. दिस इज द लॉजिक. ठीक है. दूसरा ये डिपेंड करेगा इनिशियल लेंथ पे. क्यों? क्योंकि अगर मेरे पास 1 मीटर का रॉड है और उसमें सपोज 1 सेंटीमीटर लेंथ बढ़ा, तो अगर मैं ऐसे 1-1 मीटर के रॉड को बाजू बाजू में रख दूं तो दोनों का 1 सेंटीमीटर लेंथ बढ़ेगा, तो टोटल 2 सेंटीमीटर लेंथ बढ़ना चाहिए. तो दिस इज 1 मीटर एंड दिस इज ऑल्सो 1 मीटर. तो इट मस्ट डिपेंड ऑन दिस इनिशियल लेंथ, कि ये लेंथ जितना ज्यादा उतना लेंथ, मतलब उतना एक्सपांशन ज्यादा होगा. क्योंकि पहले 1 मीटर लेंथ था तो एक्सपांशन 1 सेंटीमीटर था, अब 2 मीटर लेंथ हो गया, 1-1 मीटर को बाजू में कर दिया तो एक्सपांशन 2 सेंटीमीटर ही होने वाला है. दिस इज हाउ इट शुड बी. और अब ये तो किसी भी मटेरियल में होगा, बट अलग अलग मटेरियल का एक्सपांशन अलग अलग होता है. जैसे ग्लास है, उसका एक्सपांशन होता ही नहीं है, बहुत ही माइन्यूट होता है, बट वहीं पे अगर आप कोई मेटल का रॉड लोगे तो उसका एक्सपांशन काफी होता है. तो दैट इज डिपेंडेंट ऑन मटेरियल, और वो मटेरियल डिपेंडेंस जो है वो यहाँ बीटा से आती है. दिस इज कोफिशिएंट ऑफ एक्सपांसिविटी. तो वो कोफिशिएंट ऑफ एक्सपांसिविटी मटेरियल डिपेंडेंट है. ठीक है. सो दिस इज नोन एज मटेरियल डिपेंडेंट फैक्टर और कोफिशिएंट ऑफ एक्सपांसिविटी. ये हमने 11th 12th स्टैंडर्ड में पढ़ा था. यहाँ से हम बीटा लिख सकते हैं. बीटा एक्चुअल हमने यहाँ पे अल्फा लिखते थे फॉर लेंथ, वी यूज्ड टू राइट अल्फा हियर, बट बीटा इज फॉर वॉल्यूम. तो इसको हम नीचे ले जाएंगे. सो इट इज -1/L, सॉरी +1/L, एंड +1/L, इट इज डेल्टा L by डेल्टा T. So this is what we describe expansivity by. This is known as expansivity. तो यही मैंने यहाँ पे लिखा है. It is 1 upon volume. In case of length volume, it is 1 upon volume into delta v by delta t. और अगर ये एक्सपांशन कांस्टेंट प्रेशर पे होता है, मतलब जो रेलवे ट्रैक्स का एक्सपांशन होता है वो कांस्टेंट प्रेशर पे होता है, आप सारा काम वो एटमॉस्फेरिक प्रेशर में ही होता है, तो वो जो कांस्टेंट प्रेशर पे एक्सपांशन होता है दैट इज नोन एज आइसोबारिक एक्सपांसिविटी. इफ दिस एक्सपांशन हैपेंस एट कांस्टेंट एंट्रोपी देन इट इज नोन एज एडियाबैटिक एक्सपांसिविटी, क्योंकि वो एक्सपांशन में कोई हीट ट्रांसफर नहीं हो रहा है. That's why entropy is constant. That's why it is known as adiabatic expansivity. There are two ways you can expand a substance, isobarically or adiabatically. And beta comes from this only, 1 upon L, delta L by delta T. यहाँ पे 1 upon V, delta V by delta T. These both guys are same. This is known as one of the generalized susceptibility. Susceptibility का मतलब होता है how much volume changes when you apply some generalized force. Generalized force मतलब वो F equal to m वाला force ही जरूरी नहीं है. Either we can apply temperature or we can apply pressure. टेम्परेचर से वॉल्यूम कैसे चेंज होता है वो एक्सपांसिविटी में देखा कि टेम्परेचर बढ़ाओगे तो एक्सपांड होगा, और वहीं पे प्रेशर बढ़ाओगे तो कंप्रेशन होगा. सो दैट इज नोन एज कंप्रेसिबिलिटी एंड इट इज डिफाइंड इन द सिमिलर मैनर, जस्ट -1 अपॉन वी डेल वी बाय डेल पी, की प्रेशर बढ़ाओगे तो वॉल्यूम कैसे बढ़ेगा, प्रेशर बढ़ाओगे तो वॉल्यूम, वहां पे टेम्परेचर बढ़ा रहे थे तो वॉल्यूम कैसे कम होगा था, और यहाँ पे प्रेशर बढ़ाओगे तो वॉल्यूम कैसे, सॉरी, वहां पे टेम्परेचर बढ़ाओगे तो वॉल्यूम बढ़ेगा, यहाँ पे प्रेशर बढ़ाओगे तो वॉल्यूम कम होगा. दैट्स व्हाई देयर इज एन एक्स्ट्रा माइनस साइन टू कीप दिस नंबर्स पॉजिटिव. सो compressibility is represented by kappa and it is either isothermal compressibility or adiabatic compressibility. वहां पे isobaric का expansivity थी, यहाँ पे isothermal compressibility. You can compress the substance at some constant temperature. Okay, so this is compressibility which is denoted by kappa. तो ये दोनों चीजें भी आपको पता होनी चाहिए. दे आर जनरलाइज ससेप्टिबिलिटी, और इन सब चीजों को अगर आपको पता है देन इन एनी कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम व्हाटसोएवर, एनी कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम यू कैन सॉल्व द प्रॉब्लम्स. लेट्स reach to the first problem. These are the proofing kind of problems, so we are not doing it right now. Let's do this. Okay, this is question from NET examination, so National Eligibility Test, which is test required for your admission in PhD or for your professorship. This is the question. Now I want you guys to read this question and just try to think about this. Okay, now I will read it. I will take your feedback. So a thermodynamic function g is written as u minus ts plus pv. So u plus pv is known as h, so it is h minus ts. So g is known as h minus ts, which is Gibbs function. It is given in terms of u, t and s and p and volume v and number of particles n. So which of the following relation is true? So now this is the simplest question which could be asked in any this big kind of competitive exam. So let's write dg. Okay, let's write dg because g is a function of anything. So let's write dg. It is how to write this dg? Can anybody tell me? Okay, you can use the our thermodynamic square as well. Great physicists have studied under very fine teachers. So how to write dg here? It is dp and dt, and it is vdp minus sdt. Okay, am I correct in writing this? This is the same Gibbs function as given in this equation. तो क्वेश्चन में आपको गिब्स फंक्शन दिया है, बट आप अपने थर्मोडायनामिक स्क्वायर से गिब्स फंक्शन बना सकते हो. एंड उसके बाद पूछा है कि विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग रिलेशन इज ट्रू. लेट्स कंपेयर दिस विद दिस. dz इक्वल टू del z by del x at constant y dx plus del z by del y at constant x dy. इसके साथ कंपेयर करोगे तो पता चल जाएगा कौन सा रिलेशन ट्रू है. कैन एनीबॉडी टेल मी? इफ यू कंपेयर दिस विद दिस, तो वॉल्यूम होता है del z by del x, और del z क्या है इसमें? del g by del p. So volume is del g by del p, but it is positive by keeping the other two guys constant. So temperature and number of particles you can keep constant. Okay, so del g by del p होता है, but it is positive. The volume is del g by del p, but it is positive, and entropy is negative of del g by del t. So which of the following options? This is the correct option. I hope you guys are following this. Can anybody give me a nod, or how many people are following this? Just raise your hand. Just one or two guys. So I'm speaking something in some different language. Okay, so where are the doubts? I want to know this. Can anybody point me out? Because I can change my language if you can show me where I'm using tough languages. Can anybody tell me where you are finding it difficult? Even if you didn't got anything in the steps of solving these questions, we are not considerate about those. We are considerate about this particular question, which is simply done by this thermodynamic square. You can do this question simply by this thermodynamic square. I hope you guys are getting this. I don't know. Just tell me. Okay, how many of you did not got this? Kindly raise your hand. I'm not watching you guys, so you can raise your hand. And even if I'm watching, you must be brave enough to raise it if you didn't understand. अरे कहीं ऐसा लग रहा हो कि ये तो हमें नहीं पता इसलिए हमारी गलती है, दैट इज नॉट द केस हियर. ठीक है, ये मैंने ही पढ़ाया सब कुछ, तो आपको पता होना चाहिए, और नहीं पता है तो इट इज माई फॉल्ट, सो आई हैव टू टीच इट अगेन. ठीक है, इसमें से कुछ भी ऐसा नहीं है जो आपको पहले से पता होना चाहिए था, कुछ भी नहीं है ऐसा. सो आई वॉन्ट टू नो कि भाई कहाँ प्रॉब्लम, बिकॉज आई कैन फिक्स इट. आई नो आई कैन फिक्स इट. So there are still 36 students. Okay. And how many of you are not getting it? Whatever I'm speaking, kindly raise your hand. Okay, so क्या क्या प्रॉब्लम आ रहा है, कोई बता सकता है क्या? ओके, सो आई एम सपोजिंग कि भाई मैं सही पढ़ा रहा हूँ, मैं जा रहा हूँ फिर पढ़ाते पढ़ाते आगे. ओके, this was the simplest question. The answer is this. Now let's talk about this question. What are your thoughts? I thought, okay, this I just defined it just a moment ago. So this, yes, this is a good question. So there and remove this. Okay. Okay. So we will do 2 and 3 more examples, where we will use these our differentials. Just 3 more examples. ये क्वेश्चन तो हमने अभी किया, ठीक है. आइसोथर्मल कंप्रेसिबिलिटी कप्पा ऑफ एन आइडियल गैस एट टेम्परेचर T naught and volume B naught is given by this. So we just wrote the expression for isothermal compressibility. This is isothermal compressibility minus 1 by V del V by del P at constant T. So minus 1 by V, and since volume is V naught, it is minus 1 by V naught del V by del P at constant T, and that T is T naught. So this is the answer. But now Helmholtz free energy of a photon gas, any gas, is given by this F. So I want this entropy. I don't want the pressure of the gas. I want entropy. So how would you think about it? So you are given F to minus A by 3 Vt raised to 4. So V and T are the parameters. A is some constant. And you are supposed to find the entropy. How will you find the entropy from F? Always recall the thermodynamic square. Great physicists have studied under very fine teachers. Okay, so just write F in terms of differentials. How will you write it? Can anybody give me a clue how to write F in terms of differentials?
Minus PdV.
Yes.
Minus SdT.
Minus SdT. So from this, how can I get this S in terms of F? Can anybody now tell me that? We have studied this partial differential now only. How can I get S from F? We want entropy from this F. Can anybody tell me that? Think about this. Think about this. If you have dx equal to n m dx plus n dy. So if your df equal to this, sorry, this is dz, let's suppose. dz equal to m dx plus n dy, then what is m and what is n? Now can anybody tell me this? M is z is a function of x and y. Here f is a function of v and t. Okay, so what is m and what is n? I want to know that. How do you write it, that m and n in terms of differentials or differentiation? I want to know that. Oh yeah. Can I write m as del z by del x at constant y? Can I do that? Oh yeah, you can say yes or no at least. It feels like I'm speaking to myself. It is good for the lecture, but it is not good for this numerical part. Because I'm not getting any clue whether you are understanding or not. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So kindly tell me, can I write m as del x by del z by del x at constant y? Because z is a function of x and y, you can always write this dz as del z by del x dx plus del z by del y dy. So I'm just comparing both of these guys and writing m as this. Can I do that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anybody else? For no sir or yes sir? I'm getting only one or two responses. Now I'm able to distinguish कि कौन बोल रहा है. मतलब मुझे पता है कि 2-3 लोग ही बोल रहे हैं. Otherwise, what is there any problem you are not understanding? What is that? I want to know. Okay, then I'll suppose that I have to teach it like this. Okay, so I can write m as this. So how can I write entropy from this equation? Can anybody tell me? Can I write it minus del f del t at constant pressure, constant volume? I'm sorry. Can I write it like this? Just tell yes or no. It would be fine.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
just do this mathematics and you will get the expression for entropy. What should be the expression for entropy? So there is minus del by del t minus a by 3 v t raised to 4. It will eventually, this minus and minus cancels out, a by 3, and the answer is a by 3 is out. Now v is also out since you are doing this differentiation at constant volume. So this v is also out and t raised to 4 is written as 4 p cube. So the answer for entropy is 4 by 3 a v t cube. So this is the answer for entropy. I'm not writing it in systematic manner, of course, because you can do that on your own, but I'm just giving you a glimpse of which kind of questions can come in your competitive exams or in your any exam whatsoever. I'm just giving you these glimpses, which kind of questions can come. And are you ready, very well equipped? Yes, you are very well equipped with those questions because you know this, and from this you can always derive those Maxwell's relations. So you are very well equipped with those questions. So these kind of questions can come. So pressure of photon gas, you can do it any other time. It is not the part of this syllabus, so it is okay. Okay. Oh no, you can calculate pressure of photon gas. I want to know whether you guys can do this or not. So entropy, just let me just erase all of these parts. Just I'm writing entropy's answer here. Entropy is 4a by 3 vt raised to 3. This is the entropy's answer. Now I'm just erasing all of these parts. Now I want you to calculate the pressure of this gas. How will you calculate it? Anybody give me the answer?
Minus del f by del v at a constant t.
Minus del f by del v at constant t. Thank you very much. Thank you. So I just wrote this minus del f by del t at constant v, and pressure is this. So can you kindly tell me the value of pressure? How much will you get after differentiating and all?
Minus a by 3 t raised to 4.
is it minus or this minus is
Sorry,
cancelled out?
plus.
Yes. So A by 3 T raised to 4. This is the answer. Yes, definitely this is the answer. And this entropy. Okay, so you can do these kind of problems which are generally being asked in the competitive exams. So this is my purpose. So I want you guys to do this problem right now. Okay, so find entropy for this. I want to do this right now. So just don't get scared by it. This is a simple problem. This gives free energy and I want you to find entropy. Just think about how will you proceed. You will first write this differential dg. Then you will eventually from that only you will know कि भाई entropy का इसके साथ क्या relation. You will write this dg. From where you will write dg? Good physicists have studied under very fine teachers. So this dg you can write it as dp into plus v minus dt into s. So from here you can write entropy. How will you write this entropy? Okay, you guys can do this.
Minus del G by del T, constant P.
Yes, constant
P, pressure.
pressure. Okay, yes, so this is the entropy. Now can you find this entropy from this question? Do some mathematics and give me the answer. Do some mathematics and give me the answer. You guys are sitting with pen and paper, right? Or you guys are sleeping in the bed and watching the video, just like the movie. Anyhow, I don't have any problem with both of those ways because if you are finding my lectures like a movie, that means they are entertaining. So it is a very good sign. Yes. Anybody can give me the answer? Can anybody give me the answer?
Sir, minus 5 by 2 r in bracket ln rt whole raised to 5 by 2 divided by ab.
So is it this? Just check this answer. Did you use the multiplication law while differentiating? Because there are two functions of t. So first you have to keep this guy constant and differentiate this one, and then you have to keep this guy constant and differentiate this one. Did you use that?
Yes, sir, I used that only.
So is this the answer? Just I wrote it here. Kindly confirm.
Yes, sir, it is the answer.
This is the answer, right? Because I might have done some mistakes, but I did it right now only. This is the answer then. Good. Anybody else with the answer? Can anybody confirm again? So the results which are confirmed by various scientists are considered good results or are considered more accurate. मतलब हमें पता है कि Earth is spherical. Why? Because it has been measured by so many scientists. तो ये एंट्रोपी का फॉर्मूला इतने सारे जो 30-35 scientists are there in the meeting. I don't know right now कितने हैं, but 30-35 में से तो 20-25 अगर confirm कर देंगे तो it will be a correct result. Otherwise we have to do some modification. Okay, so this is your last question for today. Okay, you can do this question as well. This is the internal energy. I want to find the temperature of the system. I want you guys to find which of the following is the answer. Just tell me. Do it fast. The method is similar, just similar. Kindly give me the answer. This is internal energy, E, or U. You can write it as U. As we were writing it as U, it is E. Can anybody confirm?
Yes, sir. Option B.
Yes. So I hope if one has got the answer, everybody else has got the answer. Or if anyone has doubt in this question that how will you proceed, just kindly ask right now. मतलब ऐसा ही पता ही नहीं है कि सर क्या कर रहे हैं, ऐसे कोई है क्या अभी क्लास में? Okay, I know nobody will raise their hand. So this is du equal to minus pd plus tds, and you can get it from there. So we just used 4 differentials and we calculated so many previous year problems of the competitive exams. These all were the previous year problems of the competitive exams. So now I can have faith on you guys that whenever you will appear in the competitive exams, whenever you will see these kind of questions, you will be able to attempt those questions and you will be able to win over those questions. I am assuming that, and I know that because you will do that. So by using Maxwell's relations also, you can do many problems, but that is not the part of our point right now. So we'll do those problems as well if time permits. But till then, it is okay. Okay, so this is the end of the section. Do you want this PPT as well of the problems, or it is okay? Because these are just problems, you can get them from anywhere. If you want it, I can send it to you. I don't have any problem as well. Okay. Yes. So this is the end of the class officially. Now I can stop sharing my screen. If you have any doubts till this point, you can ask. This is the I might ask some problems, 1 or 2 problems like this. Just last we did some differential problems, क्योंकि उनके बारे में मैंने कल भी क्लास में बोला था कि ऐसा कुछ प्रॉब्लम आ सकता है, तो उनके बारे में कल भी बोला था. So I might ask those problems in the exams. I don't know. I have not set the question paper yet, but be prepared. Okay. Any questions? Otherwise, we can cancel this lecture. Okay. So yes, thank you for attending. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.